morning and welcome to Acme Canine's Halloween Coffee Chat, the venue for spectacular tips and advice on having a safe and fun Halloween with your dog. Happy October 21st, 10 days till Halloween. I'm Laura Pakis and your host of Coffee Chat. Halloween is right around the corner, and take it from me, many dogs find it much scarier than you think. For today's show, I've made a list of some things to think about to help make it a perfect holiday for everyone, including your furry friends. Some areas of concern are things dogs might eat, interactions with children, the general tone of the holiday, which could cause your dog to be on edge. Remember, dogs don't understand that Halloween is a holiday. All they see are loud, excited, and oddly clad children, which can be frightening and cause your dog to be a little more irritable or even try to escape. You can reduce their anxiety by working on socialization techniques. Work on socializing your dog with hats, masks, strange noises, and anything else you can think of so he won't be overly suspicious come the Halloween. You don't want your dog to be overprotective or extremely fearful. Both could result in a dangerous situation. Please don't leave your dog out in the yard on Halloween. Some vicious pranksters feel that they can just tease them or injure them. Always make sure that your dog has proper identification. That way, if for any reason they escape or get lost, a collar and tags and a microchip with their current address definitely will increase the chances that they will be returned to you. That bowl full of candy is for trick-or-treaters, not for any dogs. Chocolate in any form can be very dangerous to dogs, and when they eat tin foil and cellophane candy wrappers, they might choke on them if swallowed. If you suspect your pet has ingested a potentially dangerous substance, be sure to call your veterinarian or the ASPCA, the Animal Poison Control Center. To help your dog enjoy Halloween, here's a video from Volhard Dog Nutrition on making some pumpkin treats for your dog. You know, sometimes dogs are clumsy and get excited, and they can easily knock over a lit pumpkin and even cause a fire. Puppies especially run the risk of getting burned, and since they don't know too much about candles, they could even be singed by the flames. I know how cute dogs look in costumes, but some of them just don't like them and may get stressed out. Please don't put costumes on your dog unless you know they love it. And some of them are really a few hams, so they might enjoy it quite a bit. If you do dress up your dog, make sure the costume isn't annoying or unsafe. It shouldn't constrict them from moving or impede their ability to breathe or bark. Please keep a lookout for small dangling or easily chewed off pieces on the costume that they could choke on. And be sure to take a close look at the costume when it's on them. Make sure it doesn't obstruct their vision in any way. You know, they can get snappy if they can't see. When opening the doors for trick-or-treaters on Halloween, make sure you know where your dog is so they don't accidentally dart outside. It would be best if you keep all but the most social dogs in a separate room during the peak trick-or-treat visiting hours. Now, you can practice now and teach your dog that he can't run out even if the door is open. And I'll have a video on that in just a minute. You'll need to have his leash, and it's a good idea to practice right now and start because there are so many distractions outside and you just don't want them to get hurt. So here are the steps. So I've divided up this watch and do video for you, and it's kind of a door answering scenario, and I've broken it down into specific behaviors so that they can each be taught and practiced independently. No doubt your dog already knows how to sit. All you need to do is practice a sit while using a leash and adding distractions using a scale of 1 to 10. Once your dog knows that he needs to hold the sit, and you've rehearsed it together with throwing balls, treats, and a variety of things in a variety of locations, you can then move on to the next area, which would be the front door, and practice there. Now here's a video.
Intro exercise.
I want you to go to the front door and put your dog in a sit. Knock on the door. Praise your dog if he holds the command. Correct him and repeat the command if he doesn't. Repeat this exercise until your dog is able to sit, according to your definition. And then try to open the door. Release your dog and praise him like you won a blue ribbon. To be a super trainer, you can repeat this exercise up to 4 times in a day with 1-hour breaks in between. Just remember to end each exercise on a high note. This may mean you go back to only sitting at the door without knocking or opening it. Pause the video and work on this. Once your dog is able to hold a sit when you open the door, proceed to the next step.
Second exercise.
Now we are able to add distractions. Have someone on the other side of the door ring the doorbell. Again, work through this exercise as you did in the intro. Pause the video and work on this. Once your dog is able to hold a sit when you open the door after someone has rang the doorbell, proceed to the next step.
Third exercise.
We are continuing to build on your dog's successes and raising your expectations of sit. In this exercise, I want you to go with your dog to another room away from the front door. Your dog is still on leash, but you don't have to control it. Have someone on the other side of the door ring the doorbell. Again, work through this exercise as you did in the intro. Pause the video and work on this. Once your dog is able to hold a sit when you open the door after someone has rang the doorbell, proceed to the building off exercises.
Building off exercises.
These exercises will make your dog extremely reliable. They are entering and exiting doors, such as a house, a car, a kennel, a store, a vet office, you decide. Wiping their feet after being outside. Working on a snout-to-tail exam. Nail trimming or brushing. Greeting people and use with a say hi. Before feeding or giving treats. During playing fetch. When putting on your dog's collar. when talking with friends or neighbors, at curbs or intersections. Wean off the leash and collar by giving verbal commands and corrections. Work on having your dog sit from a distance.
Summary.
Define your command and be consistent with your expectations of it with your dog. Enforce the command whenever you give it, or don't give the command. Practice and exercise until your dog achieves the goal, then stop. Work on the command approximately 15 minutes a day. Remember, obedience isn't a trick, but a way of life, so your dog is always watching and learning. Build off the command by adding distractions and new situations. Take baby steps. If your dog isn't able to control themselves with a certain distraction work, then work backwards to the spot that they are successful, and then build up to that distraction. Now, before the big night, be sure to practice, kind of dress rehearsal type thing, to have your dog comfortable and know how you're going to handle things when Halloween arrives and the trick-or-treaters are at the door. Now, if your dog is social and well-mannered, on the big night you can do something very interesting. Place a small container of your dog's favorite dog treats, and you put them in a bowl outside. So when they're ringing the door and saying trick or treat, have your dog come up, have them in a sit, and then if they have to hold a sit, open up the door, and then it's time for the kids to give your dog a treat, in addition to you giving the kids a treat. So you tell your dog, say hi, and it'll go out to greet the children. They'll give them a treat, and the kids have to be comfortable with this too, but it's kind of a fun way to get your dog involved in the trick-or-treating too. I hope these tips are helping you to be much more comfortable with sharing Halloween with your dog. When I had a facility, we would have our annual Halloween party, and it was for dogs and their owners. And I'm going to leave you with a video we made. Hopefully it will spark some ideas of your own for your very special Halloween. For now, I wish both you and your dogs a very happy Thursday. See you in 2 weeks. All the best.